Well, we are less than 50 days away from the new year, so what should you be doing now to prepare to close the books on 2025? Known year-end enthusiast and fan of wealth management, Roger Abel, stands next to me. I'd shake your hand, sir, but the doctor said I shouldn't touch anybody.
I think the doctor told you you're supposed to go home.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we paid him to say, no, I'm not contagious. If you're not here next week, then we'll know I'm contagious. But
please don't do that to me for the holiday.
I wouldn't, absolutely not. But let's talk about the big holiday coming up, New Year's Eve. What do we got to worry about getting books closed on 25 and looking ahead to 26? Give me some good ideas.
Well, it's just a good time to really take a look at where your finances are, figure out if you want to go ahead and max out some accounts you haven't done, and really start to set some goals and priorities for 2026.
Okay. All right, well, you've kind of boiled it down to us. He's got 4 different steps. Let's start with item number 1. Year-end, review contributions and ways to make yourself a little bit more money or kind of put yourself in a good position for taxes, correct?
Yeah, I think if you're looking at your books right now and you have a surplus, you've done a good job saving, first thing I would do is boost your 401k, your IRA, your Roth IRA contributions.
Okay.
Once you miss those and don't max those accounts out, you actually never get them back. If you're over age 50, you should be looking at taking advantage of your catch-up contributions.
Okay.
And that's about $7,500 on your 401k additional you can put in. But there is a super catch-up if you're over age 61, which allows you to do $11,500. So those are just some key numbers to be paying attention to. Figure out how to max these accounts out. And then for 2026, review your tax withholding.
Okay.
Figure out where you think you're going to be so that you start the year off fresh. You don't get a nasty surprise when tax time comes the following year and they say, oh, by the way, you're going to owe us a little bit of money.
Well, speaking of tax write-offs and good position, it's a great time because charitable giving, especially this time of year. Tell me a little bit about some things we can do when it comes to that category.
We are in that time of year, and people tend to get more charitable towards the end of the year, likely because things are coming into picture what their finances look like. But there are some options you can do when it comes to donations, and one of the most popular ways to do it's a cash donation.
Okay.
If you've got a little extra cash, maybe it goes to your church, or I just got one from the sheriff. They have the food drive that their sheriff does. So think about a cash donation. Additionally, if you have appreciated assets, this is a pretty popular one. We have an organization that we work with, and one of the donors donates appreciated stock every single year so that he does not have to pay the tax on the stock, and it goes to the charitable organization.
Well, and just to be clear, appreciated assets doesn't mean, all right, give away the car that's been sitting in your garage, or does it?
Well, I don't think that probably appreciated.
Okay, well.
No, but I mean, any asset that you have a gain on that you don't want to pay tax if you sell, you could give it to a charitable organization. They could utilize that asset for the benefit of the charity that they're promoting. And then finally, and probably one of the most common ways for individuals over 70 and a half to donate is through what's called a charitable qualified distribution.
Okay.
And this is where they make a charitable donation directly from their IRA to the charity of their choice. They pay no tax on the funds, does not count as taxable income, and it's tax-free to the charity.
Gotcha.
So I had an individual the other day who had a list of 4 charities and said, could you please take this out of our brokerage account? I called them up and I said, it would be more tax advantageous to do this from your IRA, and they just hadn't really thought about it. So that's a really, really common way that people donate money from their IRA to avoid paying the tax.
Our next item. Review everything. Make sure the beneficiaries are all set. Make sure everything goes where you want it to go.
Yeah, I think this is really just good year-end planning in general. Beneficiaries. Maybe you had a life change. Maybe someone passed away, could have had a marriage, could have had a child that turned 21 and there was a different beneficiary prior. Make sure they are correct. I want everybody to know that your beneficiaries on your accounts supersede anything that you put in a will.
Okay.
So don't think because I've done a will I can ignore my beneficiaries.
Make sure both match is what you're saying. If you want it to be that way.
If you want them to match, make sure they both match. Otherwise, whatever the beneficiary is on the account will take precedent.
All right.
Secondly, take a look at your insurance. It's just a good time to review it. Is my auto insurance in line? Do I have my liability insurance correct? All those different things. And then I think this is the big one. We're going into Christmas time. People are spending a boatload of money. Make sure you still have your emergency fund. I think the word emergency people overlook and sometimes look at it as the slush fund.
Yeah.
And it becomes that way as Christmas. Make sure we have a really, really good emergency fund put in place.
30 seconds on the last graphic here, your mix of investments and where everything is going.
Well, as you know, volatility's back, and we're actually off to the worst start to November since 2008. So I think what's really important is we take a look at portfolios and make sure your portfolio is still aligning with your goals and priorities versus making emotional decisions during this point in time. And I think if anybody's having trouble with that, we still have our guide to volatility.
Yes.
Download the guide to volatility or call our office. Molly would get that to you. The number's 800-383-6590. But just try to avoid making any really rash emotional decisions right now.
And as always, we'll put the information on how you can get a hold of Roger and everybody. There it is right there. We'll put it on our website for you as well. Good to see you, good sir. Happy early Thanksgiving. We'll see you guys in a couple weeks with leftovers, I'm sure.
Good to see you, and I hope you feel better.
And I hope you have a good weekend, too. You're going to help out and enjoy some of Eastern Iowa, from what I'm understanding.
I can't